Show rear camera.
The rear camera's view is displayed.
Today we're going to be reviewing the Pelsee P12 dash cam. It's a 12-inch mirror dash cam, and it shoots 4K footage in the front and 1080p in the rear. So we're going to install it here, and we're going to show you the footage, and we're going to talk about, what's the point of this style of dash cam. I'm sure you've seen these things before. And if you were an imbecile like me, you thought that this was just an LCD screen in place of a mirror. But in fact, it's a mirror, and it goes on with rubber bands like that. That's how it attaches to your existing mirror, just kind of piggybacks on top. You plug everything in and you're ready to go. But it does have an actual rear view mirror, and the LCD is kind of superimposed over that. So in other words, the display is either on or off. So here we have it off, and you just see the mirror, and that's the view out the front. So that's what the dash cam is showing. It's a really good 4K image, and we're going to show some night footage and rear cam footage soon. But anyway, you could turn the screen on this thing on and off, so you can have just a regular rear view mirror, or you hit the button like that and you can see the rear display. That's the rear camera there. So what's the whole point of this? Is it a gimmick? What's the whole idea? Who does this benefit? And it really benefits people who cannot see out of the rear of their vehicle. Now, that might seem obvious to people, but that's really what this thing is for. So if you have a work truck where you can't see out of the back because you got a partition, if you've got a moving truck, a box truck where you can't see out of the rear center, or if you're an overglamper and you've got your overglamping gear stacked to the gills and you can't see out of the back window of your overglamper anymore, this is going to solve your problem. It is not a gimmick if your rear view is out the center, of course, is blocked, because this is going to allow you to have a virtual rear view camera. Again, this might seem obvious, but I just want to underline that whole fact that it's going to help people who cannot see out the back. Now, what is the resolution in the rear? It's 1080p. This is the front cam again, so that's 4K. The rear cam on this model is 1080p. Pelsee offers a model that has 2.5K out the rear, so that's a little bit better resolution. As far as recommendations for Pelsee, it would be more ideal to have, I think, a 4K rear camera, since the user is going to be not wanting to look at the front display on this screen, but rather the rear display as a rear view, monitor or camera. So make it 4K. That'd be my only recommendation. Here we are in the evening with more traffic viewing the front cam, and this thing picks up license plates just fine. Again, they're not license plate readers. Any dash cam is not really a license plate reader, but rather an event capturer. And as long as you go in knowing that you're not going to see every last detail on no matter what camera you have on your car, you're going to be good to go. This is really just to capture what happened, if you get in an accident, whose fault was it, or if you see a crime or something, what happened, who did it, this sort of thing. No dash cam is at the point of perfectly reading license plates at any distance greater than 2 or 3 car lengths. These are all using, and when I say these, every dash cam is using the Sony STARVIS 2 sensors now, so no matter what dash cam you get, they all have the Sony STARVIS 2 sensor, so the sensor is really not the issue. Here we are in a parking lot. You can read some license plates, and so the issue is not the sensor, because they're all the same. The issue is the fit and finish and the form of the dash cam itself, its functionality, and its special features, which we'll talk about in a second here as we go, as the sun sets, and you'll see the night quality of the camera. But the features are what separates these cameras, these various dash cams, apart from each other. There's the rear view again. You can see that it's 1080p and the quality is not as good, but it's still good enough for what this thing is trying to do. And again, especially if you can't see out of the back at all, this is certainly better than nothing, and a big improvement. Though I do wish Pelsee would make this rear cam 4K. That would be the sweet spot. Now, as far as how this thing fits on your car, as you saw in the beginning, it just rubber bands on. You just have rubber bands and it goes on your existing rear view mirror. Now, if you want a more clean install, or you don't want to put those rubber bands on, Pelsee sells a more permanent mount that will screw on to the back of the unit, and then it sticks to your normal rear view mirror, whatever you call it, mounting bracket, stud, I don't know what they call it. But it's a cleaner install. You get the idea. And I'd recommend that if you want to have the most professional looking install. Now, as far as special features go on this particular Pelsee, there are a bunch of parking sensors, so you can hardwire this thing to, recognize stuff when you're parked. I didn't hook any of that up because I just don't do that, but I'm sure it works just fine. Other reviews of this product say, all the parking stuff, the parking sensors, the shock sensors, blind spot monitor, all that stuff works just fine. We just didn't bother to hook it up. The other thing that this dash cam does that is actually really cool, again, especially if you're in a work truck or anything where you can't see out the rear middle, is that here we are at night here, so you can check out the night vision quality or the low light quality. Anyway, if you cannot see out the back, you certainly don't have a backup camera. This Pelsee has a special red wire that comes from the rear camera, and you hook it up to one of your rear reverse lights. So when your reverse lights come on, you hook this wire up to it and you will get a backup camera on the display. So if you didn't catch my rambling, you can wire this thing to be a backup camera. So that is absolutely epic. Again, if you're in a box truck and you can't see out the back, now you got a backup camera. Or let's say you're trailering stuff and you can't see over all the junk you're towing and trailering, you got a boat there or whatever. This will make a practical difference. So for us in our application, since we already have a rear view mirror, and if you have a rear view mirror already in the center, this may not seem like a practical solution. It may even seem like a gimmick to you, having this redundant mirror. But as I keep repeating and hitting home, it's for people that cannot see anything out their rear center. So for those people, that's who it's going to benefit. As far as reliability goes, we've had Pelsee cameras in the past, different styles, and they've all held up. They're all over a year and a half, even 2 years old now, and they still work. So Pelsees seem to last as far as reliability. How long is this particular unit gonna last? Who knows? But every year these dash cams get better insofar as their price and reliability. So I don't think reliability will be a concern for the price point. And speaking of the price point, the price is pretty low on these units, relatively low for what you're getting. I believe they start at something like $199 and maybe go up to like $289, depending on the features, the various levels of whatever, the good, better, and best.